Okay, how do you usually deal with stress?
I have several coping mechanisms. My primary one is basically activity. When I feel overwhelmed, I make sure to go for a run or a vigorous walk. This helps me to clear my head and reset my perspective. Another thing I do is journaling. Writing down my thoughts helps externalize the source of the stress.
I see. Do you think you are good managing your own emotion?
I would say I'm becoming better at it. I've developed a stronger sense of self-awareness over the years, which allow me to recognize an emotion like anger or frustration before it escalates. While I'm not perfect, I actively practice things like deep breathing or taking a short break before acting, which I believe is a sign of good emotional regulation.
Whom do you usually talk to when you feel strong emotion like angry, sad, or excited?
For strong emotions, I usually turn my closest circle. Either I'm sad or angry, I talk to my best friend or my older sibling. They offer a safe, non-judgmental space to vent. When excited, I usually share the news with my parents first, as they always celebrate my achievement enthusiastically.
And finally, for this part, what do you do to stay emotionally healthy?
I focus on a holistic approach. I ensure one gets enough quality sleep that's crucial. I also set clear boundaries between my work life and personal life to prevent burnout. Most importantly, I practice mindfulness, dedicating a few minutes each day to simply sit and observe my thoughts help maintain my emotional equilibrium.
When it happened and what caused it?
I'm going to describe a particularly shocking event that happened about 2 years ago, week after I started university. The shock was caused by sudden, unexpected academic failure. I received the result for a major exam, and I had performed much worse than I ever had before. I was used to getting very high marks in school, so saying that failing grade was feelings of intense and absolute gut punch. It completely shattered my confidence and brought on anxiety and self-doubt.
What did you do to improve your emotional state?
Initially, I felt like withdrawing, but I knew I had to address it. I first allowed myself to feel sad for a day. Then I took proactive steps. I scheduled an immediate meeting with my professor to understand exactly where I went wrong. Secondly, I talked to a senior student who had experienced similar academic pressure. This helped me to normalize my feelings and realize I wasn't alone. I started prioritizing my well-being over studying a week.
What did you learn from that experience?
What I learned was the value of emotional resilience and seeking help. I realized that my self-worth couldn't be solely tied to my academic performance. The experience taught me that failure is a temporary setback, not a definition of who I am. It made me a much more well-rounded and tougher individual in the face of adversity.
Again, how important is emotional health compared to physical health?
I believe they are absolutely interdependent and equally critical. In fact, I see them as two sides of the same coin. After called holistic health, for emotional health, such a chronic stress or anxiety can manifest physically as digestive issue or weakened immune system. Conversely, being physically ill can severely impact one's mood and mental state. Therefore, neglecting one will inevitably harm the other.
Why do some people find it difficult to express their emotion?
There are several reasons. Firstly, cultural norms often dictate that expressing certain emotion, like vulnerability or sadness, is a sign of weakness, especially for men. Secondly, some people fear the repercussion, the warning about being judged or misunderstood. Lastly, it often stems from a lack of emotional literacy, meaning they haven't been taught the vocabulary or safe ways to articulate complex feelings, so they simply bottle them up.
Do you think school need to teach emotional intelligence?
I strongly believe they do. Traditional education focuses on IQ, but emotional intelligence I arguable more crucial for success and happiness in life. Schools should integrate lessons on things like empathy, conflict resolution, and self-awareness into the curriculum. This to pass exam, but to navigate to the complexities of social interactions and manage their own mental well-being effectively.
And finally, how does social media affect on people's emotional well-being?
Social media has a high dualistic effect. On one hand, it can foster connection and community, which is beneficial. On the other, it often leads to several social comparison, where people constantly compare their ordinary life to the great highlights reel of the others. This can breed feelings of inadequate, low self-esteem, and FOMO. The constant stimulation and pressure for validation are significant stressors on emotional health.